Hello and welcome to the Valley Preview. I'm your host, Alastair Dwyer. Well, after a memorable weekend of racing for the 2016 William Hill Cox Plate Carnival, we're back here on Friday night for the Derby Eve race meeting at the Valley, and we can't wait. An early start this week, 6 o'clock the first race. Gates will be open at 5 and the last race at 9:30. Plenty of great dining options still available for all those on course. We've got a great 8-race card, and we have the Voice Australia's Michael Painter with his live band on the main lawn. Well, let's catch up with the Valley's track manager, Marty Synan, to find out how the track's going to play on Friday night.
Thank you, Alastair. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank my track grounds and facilities team for their outstanding effort in the way they presented the course for this year's William Hill Cox Plate under trying conditions. For this Friday night's meeting, we've moved the rail out 7 metres to give that inside 7 a good rest. We've been in the true for the previous 3 meetings, and that part of the track needs a good break. The track's currently a good 4, with a Pentron reading at 4.62 and a going stick reading at 9.2. With the rail out 7, I expect the track to be a bit leaderish early and then favour sweepers as the night progresses.
We're now joined by the Valley's racing analyst, Jesse Gray. Jesse, I've stepped in for our other racing analyst, Ben Spall. He won on the United States on Saturday, tipped the punters in. We haven't seen him since.
That's right, last I seen him, he was skipping down Puckle Street with his shirt off.
Is that right? A fistful of money, no doubt. Obviously, your tip last Saturday got scratched, Ken's dream.
Yeah, unfortunately, a few issues once it arrived on course. However, I think it'll bounce back.
Yeah, very, very good horse. Before we get stuck into Friday, let's look back at last Friday night for the William Hill Manikato Stakes. And all eyes obviously on Chautauqua, the Grey Flash. Dwayne Dunn obviously had to yank him back from barrier 1 and had to ride for luck, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. As soon as it drew barrier 1, I did have a few concerns. I did still think it'd be too strong for the field, but yeah, barrier 1 has proven its downfall. And
nothing wrong with that part of the track. As you can see, the rank outside of Rebel Dane getting up, saluting at $61. The Gary Portelli trained horse was... a bit of a quaddy killer for a lot of people, but great for the stable and all connections.
Fell Swoop and Rebel Dane are coming to the line. They come to it, and Rebel Dane at last, he's won it from Fell Swoop.
Saturday, the big one, the William Hill Cox Plate. Geez, it was the race everyone was looking forward to all spring. Winks v Hartnell, and where they come together, we thought this was going to be the next race of this century, didn't we?
But the two champs go together at the 600 metres. Hartnell's hit the front. Winks is going with him, and they've turned it on. The great race is on here. It's Hartnell the leader. Winks striding up to join him from Blackheart, Bart, Awesome Rock. The rest headed by Vadamos and Yankee Rose. But Winks has raced away around the home turn. She's put 2-3 lengths on Hartnell. Awesome Rock, Vadamos battling away, and then came Yankee Rose. But it's all Winks in the straight. 4-5 lengths in front of Hartnell. A good battle going on for the Miners. But this is a blitz. It's a Winks blitz. 2 in a row, and she joins the all-time greats of the turf. Winks has won it by 6 lengths.
It's a record margin there, 8 lengths, and I think Chris has pretty much declared that she'll be back for a third Cox Plate next year, obviously trying to tackle Kingston Town's record.
That's all right, Alan. If he comes back for a third, I think we better start selling tickets because she's going to be a sellout that day.
It's going to be massive. This Friday night, Jesse, will have the commemorative Winks Cox Plate posters for sale. Here they are on the screen, just for $2. All proceeds going to the Royal Children's Hospital Foundation. A very worthy cause. You can buy them at the merch store, race day office or information booth. Let's get stuck into Friday night's card. Plenty of interesting runners, but obviously we like to look at the Inglis 55-second challenge first up. And the eye-catching, well, the very good-looking Miss Vista is running. She looks very well placed.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. It won its first 2 starts. Third start on Grand Final at the Monty Samuel Plate. They must have been giving away races that day. Ran third, quite unlucky, but just looking at the field, I think it's going to be too strong.
Yes, she finished behind Australia on that day, on Grand Final day, and the Hawke stable have a huge opinion of that horse. So very good form for this. And Australia's obviously since finished 1.3 lengths, 5th behind Shidell on Caulfield Guineas Day. So you think Miss Vista will be very well placed on Friday night, and there'll be a huge crowd around her box, I imagine. Very striking horse.
You know, certainly. Coming from barrier 6, Moonee Valley track specialist Dwayne Dunn on board. Will shoot straight to the front. It's going to take some catching.
What other races caught your eye on Friday night?
Well, I'm going to go race 6, number 9, Star Impulse. Last 11 starts, it's had 10 placings. However, it hasn't recorded a victory in those 10 placings. Brendan Stockdale claiming 3. I think it's due.
Okay, Jesse's best bet, race 6, number 9, Star Impulse. My best bet for the night, and no doubt you'll have a bit of a laugh at this, is race 7, number 2, Invincible Al for the Patrick Payne stable. Returns from a very lengthy spell, about 25 weeks off. He raced on it was Anzac Day, not Grand Final Day, Anzac Day at Flemington, and it's proved a very strong form line. He actually, if you go and watch the replay on racing.com, copped a bit of a check that day as well. So Smart As You Think, who won at the Valley last Friday night, finished third place in that race for the John Manikato stable, and also the Robert Smurden trained Bias Witness, who finished behind Conchita on Friday night at the Valley, was a huge run. So back to a benchmark 64 on Friday night. Jordan Child's on board. I think Invincible Owl race 7, number 2 is going to be very hard to beat.
I'm quite impressed if you even looked at the form, Al. I thought you would have seen that name and just circled it and done it your best bet.
Thanks, Jesse. Good punching on Friday night. For more information on Friday night's race meeting, head to thevalley.com.au or simply call 1300 The Valley. Jesse and I will see you on Friday night.